one with the NFL, and it looks like we're there for number two with the NBA. They are taking this matter to court. They've decided that negotiation will be superseded by litigation. They've decided, same as the NFLPA did, after 2 years of trying to make gains, for negotiating with David Stern, for giving on different issues, they just feel like they've given and given and given, they've gotten nowhere. And if this was the final offer, they've decided they're going to take it to the court rather than accept it. If it takes a while, which it will, which we can talk about, it's going to take a while, they'll accept that fact rather than take this offer. They've decided that litigation will exceed negotiation for this time.
Well, we saw with the NFL, the litigation, though, happened well before the season was set to start. Here in the NBA, the season should have started already. Can you anticipate, will there be a season this year?
Well, that's the curious part, Chris. You know, the NFLPA decertified moments before the CBA even expired, and now here we are 3 or 4 months later, and this is what the agent group really wanted them to do from the beginning back in July. They didn't do it, and here we are. Chris, it's hard to see this advancing in any way that we're going to save at least even part of the season. These things take time. Courts do not go on different schedules just because we're talking about professional athletes. We're going to have lawyers. You heard the David Boyd, who's arguing on behalf of the NFL, and the NFLPA is going to be involved with the NBPA. Jeffrey Tesser's involved. Now it's out of the hands of the negotiators, Chris, and we're looking for a litigation fight that, in my first glance, should take us through the season.
Is there a chance with as we saw with the NFL, could they put a mediator? Would someone like that be involved at this point, or are we past that?
I think it's up to the New York courts now. As we saw the NFL, they went to Minnesota, the NFLPA. They thought that was the best jurisdiction for them. The NBA, not the union, the NBA has already filed a preemptive lawsuit in the Southern District of New York. So that's where this case sits. We'll have to see where this judge puts things in terms of mediation, in terms of hearings, in terms of where they're going to go next. But yes, we're going to wait for hearings, we're going to wait for a judge, we're going to wait for arguments. We're back in there, Chris. We're not dealing with negotiation anymore. This is a major step for the NBPA to really no longer be a union and dissolve in order to pursue antitrust lawsuits.
As we went into today, you say best case scenario, worst case scenario. Andrew, are we dealing with the worst case scenario as far as the fans wanting to get their sport back?
I think we talked about, that word nuclear option. The nuclear option of decertification or disclaimer. Again, the difference is very technical, but for our purposes it means that we're out of negotiation. We thought maybe, Chris, that the union would come back and say, we'll take this deal but for a few things and test where the NBA would truly say that was it, we're going to cancel the season. We didn't get to that. We got a much more strident position from the union saying, we're going to dissolve. We've informed the NBA, we're no longer a union, we're going to court. The labor exemption that protects the NBA from lawsuits is gone, and now they will face what could be hundreds of millions of dollars of lawsuits. My last point, Chris, of course, is these things take time. What the NBA players have to realize is, while they may have a good case, this could take years. The courts do not operate quickly because they're athletes, so this could take a long time. We'll see how expedited this becomes in the next days, but this is a risky strategy and risky for both sides. We'll see how it goes.